Today I received the question, how did you become a Zen master? A man who goes by the name Boss asked me this. Well, boss, sit down, shut up, and hold on to your butt. This is one hell of a story. It all started when I was a wee Zen infant, or Zenfant. I was playing with a bouncy ball one morning when 3 samurai burst through the door, katanas in hand. My father put up a brave fight, but when the robots knocked down the wall next to him in order to protect us, a cockroach was knocked onto his arm. As soon as the gross, wiggly, slimy legs of the roach touched his skin, an angel appeared in the sky, told him he didn't have to put up with this crap, and offered him a once-in-a-lifetime chance to kick it in heaven with James Dean. Of course, he couldn't refuse, so he stuck out the rest of the epic battle asking Mr. Dean if his rebelliousness truly had no cause. My mother, on the other hand, was out shopping in the local bazaar at the time and missed the whole thing. She only realized something was amiss when she arrived back at where she thought her home was, but there was nothing to see except a smoldering crater. She decided then and there to give up on her life of being a housewife and went on to become the first Nobel Prize-winning Zumba instructor. Of course, while my father was in heaven and my mother showing African warriors the benefits of twerking, I was left alone in the midst of the great robot samurai battle. The clash was so epic that even Michael Bay could not have captured it. The robots fired lasers from every orifice, including their buttholes, but it was no use. The samurai sliced them down to scrap metal, best reserved for canning tuna. Tried as they did to slice me into little baby bits, a powerful force was protecting me. They could not deny that I was being shielded by Buddha himself, so they carried me out of the wreckage and rubble of my former home. As soon as we were outside, however, the samurai carrying me tripped and dropped me into the middle of the road to my abode. Buddha had gone to microwave some burritos, so his protection did nothing to guard me against the family of lions, tigers, and bears that I had been thrust into. The lions and tigers quickly submitted to my obvious majesty, bowing their heads and roaring the tune to the circle of life. Unfortunately, bears generally hate the Lion King, seeing as how there aren't any bears in it. So the bear walked up to my little baby body, turned around, and sat on me. I died instantly, and thankfully faster than the speed of smell. It was then that I saw a long corridor to heaven. I stepped forward and saw my father, still talking to James Dean. "Thanks for nothing, Dad," I yelled. "Your wife has run away to try to solve the climate crisis by clapping her butt cheeks together." He nodded and said, "Yeah, sorry about the whole bear thing. And your mom has always been a little out there." I decided to move along and found myself in front of a giant castle in the clouds. As soon as I walked over the lowered drawbridge and opened the door, I emerged as a baby once more. This time, things were different. I was in a hospital in a downtown area. There were no robots to speak of aside from computers that glowed with green screens. There were no samurai to know of aside from in moving pictures projected onto walls. I was just some baby. I grew up in a normal house where nothing out of the ordinary happened, and now I am here doing this podcast. I hope that answers your question, boss. If you would like to ask me a question, send me an email at masterkincho@gmail.com, leave me a comment on iTunes or YouTube, or find me on Twitter. Until next time, may the samurai carrying your babies maintain their balance.